Hi there, Robin here from Expert On. Today we are talking about this. It's a karaoke machine. It is the easiest, simplest, most fun system in a package. Also one of the most popular ones out there. It's from Pyle. It's called the PMX AKB 2000. There we go. So what do we have? Like I said, it's the AKB 2000. Now, why is this the simplest, easiest, most fun way to do karaoke when you're actually looking for something that works and works well? Is because it's basically a powered mixer. But they simplified it. They put everything in the front. They brought it down to what you really need for karaoke. And this being the new model versus the original 1000, they've also have features like Bluetooth MP3. They've added a little bit more power into it. It's a system that you can drive anything from small bookshelf speakers, powered speakers. You can add 10 or 12-inch speakers onto it. You can even have 15s if you really want to. Nice thing is powered. They do advertise as 1000 watts. And for comparison's sake, we have both. The original manual from the 1000, which we also have, and the 2000. Power-wise, yes, 2000 and the model number kind of gives a little deceiving, but that's not what the wattage is. That's just the model. The actual power of this unit at 8 ohms, that's a regular set of speakers, is going to be 2 times 500 watts, which isn't bad at all. And if you happen to have 4 ohm speakers, or maybe you have 2 sets of 8 ohms and you get into that kind of thing, but that's 750 watts times 2. The original one was 500 watts at 4 ohms times 2 and 350 watts at 8 ohms. So yes, there is definitely more power in the new model versus the older model. Now, what I like about this is how easy it is. They put 2 mic inputs in the front. They put redundant mic inputs in the back, and I'm going to show you why you would have ones in the back versus just the front. But most importantly is how easy everything is to use. 2 mic inputs straight across the top with all the knobs going with it. So you get volume control for your microphone. You're going to get balance left and right for that microphone. You're going to get echo, so I can control how much echo I have in my microphone. You're going to get a low, mid, high setting, so this way you can adjust your voice on that one line. Then they repeat it all over again for the second microphone, so everybody can have their own. The next line is dedicated to just echo controls. So features like they like to call them delay and repeat are controlled here. So this gives you an endless variety of options that you get to choose, which is what makes karaoke fun. Then you get a high-low, so you can even adjust the tone and pitch of the echo itself. Then you have how loud is my echo going to be against my voice. That's here as well. The bottom line is dedicated just for your music. So whatever your source is going into it, you now get to control how loud or how soft that's going to be. Then again, you get balance control, you get high, low, mid control, all that, all part of this system here. Again, making it simple and easy to operate. The next section is right over here, and that really has to do with the new things that you can do with it. So of course you get an MP3 player built into it. They give you an SD and a USB slot so you can do it that way. Most importantly though, Bluetooth. Now, when we think Bluetooth, we think right off the hop our phone, our tablet, and that's kind of a personal way of doing karaoke, and you can do it wirelessly with the system. But think about this, if you have a smart TV that has Bluetooth on it, you can connect the Bluetooth from the TV with the receiver. Not having to get any kind of special wires or connections to make that between the TV and here. You can then use your phone to scroll through your YouTube, find the karaoke song you want to play, and then just send it to the TV. Once it pops up on the TV, this guy will pick it up, and there you go. You are having a karaoke party, no problem. Now, that's what's going on with the Bluetooth. And then we get these 2 big knobs over here. Again, this is all about making karaoke as easy and as fun as possible, while still giving you great variety. Microphone volume control. So once you set this up, you're going to do this once, you're going to tweak it, you're going to get it the way you like. Then you're going to come over here, and all you got to do from that, how loud do I want it? How loud do I want the music? How loud do I want my microphones? Use these 2 knobs right here. If the song's pitch is too high or too low, you can adjust that with the key controls up here. Now, a button that's very important to note is this button right here. This is your input button. On the back of the unit, we'll see that in a second, you've got two inputs. You've got, they label it as a DVD and a DVD and a CD or something like that. Regardless, as long as you keep track of what you've actually plugged into, that's how you're going to pull it up. And the third input is going to be for your Bluetooth. So all you do is press this button. It's going to go from Bluetooth to DVD, UCD. That's a UCD. So, and back to Bluetooth. It's about as simple as that. So before we take a look at the back side, I'll just show you how easy it is to play. We'll hit that. And here we go. So that's my phone playing right there. Music volume control. Right there. Turn the microphone on. There we have the mic. I have my control volume right here. Just by turning that up, if I want more music, there we go. More microphone, there we go. It's as simple as that. Now, at the same time, I've also taken the time of hooking up wireless microphones. So we have a corded mic plugged in the number 1 in the front. Now, even though, and I'll unplug this by making sure the volume's down, I have a second input here, number 2, but I already have my wireless microphones, and I have no intention on moving it. There it is. That's my AKG SR40 plugged in right on top. So I'm going to put this back up here. Where did I plug that to make it work? Well, first of all, it does work. All I got to do is turn it on, turn up the knob, turn up the microphone, and here we are. There's my AKG running no problem, and it's plugged into the back. So I used mic input 2 in the back. So I don't have to worry about having any plugs in the front if all I have are my wireless. It's going to be plugged in right in the rear. So that's the wireless, that's the corded. And now what we can do is we've taken a full look at the front. It has nice handles on it, so if you're going to rack mount it, you can do all that. But let's spin it around, take a look, see what we've done on the back. So on the back side, I've already have things hooked up because of course we're using it, right? So here we are. Here's my AKG. Here's where it's plugged in. I'll make sure the volume's down. I'll even turn it off for now. Whoop, there we go. That's my AKG coming off of there. I plugged that into number 2 because I'm using it on number 2 in the front. I could easily have plugged that into number 1 if I wanted to. Now, inputs, we're not going to use these too much. So these are just regular composite inputs, pretty much redundant and not used anymore. But what we really want to do is control the sound. So if we're not going to use Bluetooth from our phone, tablet, TV, that sort of thing, maybe we have a karaoke media center, which is just full of all the karaoke music in the language you prefer to sing. You can do that and plug that into one of these two inputs right here. There's an input A and an input B. On top, they labeled it as a VCD and DVD right up here. Now, besides that, we're going to unplug the microphone temporarily so we can have a better look at that. Here, we've got a whole bunch of outputs. So don't confuse that with the A-B inputs. The outputs are, I want to plug it in this case, I had a powered speaker from Gemini set up on the side, and I took that from here. Now, why did I take the line output? Is that allows me to use the volume knob of the actual system to control the volume of the powered speaker. So if you're going to have powered speakers, you're going to be plugging in over here. Recording is basically identical to the line, except that this has no effect, is not affected by the volume. So you're constantly having to turn up the volume up and down on the speaker, and that's not really too much fun. But if you do plan on recording on an outsource, you can go right there. This is mic only. So this is an output for microphone only. So let's say you're going to plug your system in, but you want to run your mics separately on another speaker, a monitor, let's say, something like that. You can do that here as well. That's what's going on here. And again, up on top was mic 1, mic 2. And these are more, I'm permanently plugging things in and I don't want to have to worry about seeing any cords in the front. They're only redundant. What happens in the front happens in the back. That's all it is. We move down, we do have a fan, it's a very quiet fan. It only runs when it's needed to run. And usually that's because you've got the volume tuned up very loud, in which case you're not going to hear this at all. So then we move along, we get over here, we have a switch. And it's basically because the volume knobs for the mic and for the microphones, and sorry, the music are digitally controlled, and this basically allows you to either let them stay where they are. When you turn it off, they'll come back on where they are, or will they reset themselves. Then there's a control option, which, to be honest, we have no accessories for that at this point. Then we have our main, this is our power speaker. That's why we've got bigger wire here. We've got one speaker right now hooked up, but we could have had two speakers connected here, our left and right speakers. Power, straightforward, plug it in. There's a fuse located right on top of the power source. You shouldn't have to worry about that, but if ever the unit stops working on the front and you do have power, check the fuse. It's located right behind the tray. But that covers all the overall features. Now, at the end, there is an effects loop. You'd have to have an effects box for that, or maybe you want to run through another equalizer or anything. This allows the signal to come in and out of the unit. It just gets looped in process. So it comes out, goes through an effects box, comes back in, or out to an EQ and comes back in, and that becomes the new modified audio or mic track. So this is completely looping the whole system. So that's what's going on there. Remember, you do get options. I mean, if you need a corded option, you can either use RCA to RCA, which would be to any of your components. If you're using something that's small and requires just a 3.5, here you are, all set with that. So, and that's everything about the 2000. And here we are. That's the whole thing. I mean, it's quite fun to use. It's easy to use. People really enjoy it. If you're looking for something for the rec room, karaoke is so popular. Everybody likes doing it. YouTube makes it extremely easy. You can use apps. You can use all kinds of different ways of enjoying it. And this is one of the most popular ones that we've had. That is for sure. So have a look for it. If you're looking in the States or anywhere, you can look down below. There'll be links for Amazon in the States and in Canada. And of course, our website. We always have this when it's available. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. That's why it's there. And subscribe. Please do if you haven't. Now's a good chance. Get in on it and you'll find out what's coming up next. Also, if you're running out of things to watch, I'm sure there's another video right down there right now for you to watch. So see you on the next video. Thanks for now. Bye-bye.